What's shaking? It's Bacon, and today I wanted to talk about Destiny lore, and more specifically the exotic hand cannon Thorn. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about lore so much is that it's the driving factor that got me into the game before it released. I would look at the lore and the world of Destiny and was just so infatuated with just how everything was laid out and how it all clicked back together. But since the game's released, the gameplay doesn't really push too much of that lore factor, and players seem to have forgotten what they're even fighting for or their history. So I wanted to share my knowledge, things that I've researched with you guys, and pass it on so that you can tell others and kind of get the whole community thriving off of our history. Now, Thorn is a bad mamma jamma. Thorn is evil. Thorn is a weapon driven by the darkness, only in pursuit of light. As one of the weapons of sorrow, it was augmented by its creator, who delved into the dark mysticism of the Hive. Its description reads, "To rend one's enemies is to see them not as equals, but objects, hollow of spirit and meaning." This is written in the Book of Sorrow, and we can classify Thorn as one of the weapons of sorrow. And as such, Thorn has actually been used to kill countless guardians. We know of a handful of them, and as a weapon of sorrow, Thorn was created from a guardian's sorrow. And to understand this, we have to understand the creator, a hunter named Dredgen Yor. Dredgen Yor was a legendary hero of the light. He stood for nobility and pride. He was looked as a physical form of hope, a beacon to all others, because he wasn't just on a high pedestal. He was also seen as personable. People could see him as not only a champion, but also a relatable man. And it was believed that if one man could stand against the night like he did, then so could anyone, everyone. Dredgen Yor was a champion of the Crucible. He gripped his weapon of purity, known then as the Rose, as his aura burned bright from it. Then the day came where he disappeared like the Avatar and left on a journey. But people of the tower, people of the city, people of Earth never forgot him. He would always be remembered. Although he left as a hero, he would not return as one. Pride had corrupted his thoughts. Pride had brought him to sorrow. He began to think dark thoughts as the darkness manifested itself and promised him power. Power that would allow him to triumph above all others. Dredgen Yor couldn't keep himself from this. He desired this, and he knew he was going to fall. Yet he still yearned for its strength. He would be a man of the light no more. He would walk a new path, a dark, desolate path. On his last day, as the man he was once known as, he sat and watched the sun fall, pure of mind, the sun symbolizing his brightness and his fall, never to be seen again. He knew that he would hurt those he had once protected, and he pleaded with himself. He prayed that he would be remembered, not as the monster he currently would be, but as the beacon of hope he once was. It was then that Dredgen Yor was no more. He was a man consumed of darkness. He had lost all his previous thoughts. He was nothing more than an empty shell. He was gone forever, yet still there. And as he looked down into his hand at his weapon of purity, the rose, he didn't see it anymore. The rose had lost its petals. In its place, only jagged thorns. At this point, Dredgen Yor is pretty much a reverse guardian. He is not powered by the light like us. He's powered by the darkness, and it gives him overwhelming strength. And he will come back to the city, and you can imagine the setting as, say, an old western bar, and he's confronted by a couple of, we'll call them bandits. Now in this scene, Dredgen is sitting at a table and is confronted by one of the bandits who wants to see his gun, which is in Dredgen's hand. And it goes like this. "Can I see what you got there?" Silence. Your cannon. Can I see it? I know you? Not that I can say. And you wanna hold my peace. Just that I never seen one like it. No, you haven't. It looks dangerous. Seems maybe that's the point. Suppose so. Can I see it? Not likely. Where'd you find it? You hearing me? He asked you a question. Didn't find it. Made it. Heh. Hell of a touch you got then. You a smith? I look like a smith. Looks can be deceiving. Got that right. There a problem? Doesn't need to be. I'm glad we got that cleared up. Now, about that pace. Silence. Been to Luna? Excuse me? The moon, you been? Nobody's been. That a truth? That's a fact. Funny you'd make that distinction. Truth is, you must think you're some kind of something special with that attitude. The way you're just dismissing us like we're nothing. Like we ain't even here. Fact is, you ain't near as rock solid as you figure. Fact is, special's only special till it's not. The bones say otherwise. Speak straight. You say nobody. Bones say otherwise. What bones? All of them. What are you getting at? Too many to count. You trying to get a rile out of us? Was only making conversation. You really weren't. We got a smart one over here. Experience more than smart. But experience has its advantages. Experience tell you to lip off to strangers just trying to make talk. Keep insisting and maybe we will. Talk. Have words. Ain't that what we're doing? My conversations tend to be a bit louder. Silence. That a threat? A truth. Who the hell you think you are? According to your facts, nobody. Yet here I sit. No matter how pretty your cannon is, you keep it up and we'll just see how loud you like to get. You done talking now? Guess he knows his place, boys. Ever have a nightmare? You playing games or just thick? I know you have. This world can't help but. I don't have nightmares. I give them. You're a goddamn cliche. The picture perfect bandit. Hearing your voice, the things you're saying, the shade of the hard man you pretend to be, ain't no shade. Sit down. Silence. Sit down. Your mouth just got your friends dead. This is what happens when you bore me. And right now, I'm very bored. What? No, listen. Shh, 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 shh. But you're one of them. You're a guardian, right? You're supposed to be one of the good ones. Supposed to be. Maybe I am. Maybe this is what good looks like. Anymore, who can tell? You wanted to see my prize. No. Look at it. Whimpering won't stop what comes next. Look. Look at it. Open your eyes. Not many get such a clean view. The bone. You see it. Jagged like thorns. I used to think of it as a rose. Focusing on its bloom. But the bloom is just a byproduct of its anger. Silence. You have nightmares? Ever seen a nightmare? Ever opened your eyes and realized the horror wasn't a dream? The terror wasn't gone? I've seen nightmares. They live in the shadows. They've been watching. I thought, it's foolish, I know, but I thought I saw a way that maybe we could win. Maybe we could survive. But once you step into those shadows, it's so very hard to walk in the light. Or maybe I just wasn't strong enough. Maybe. But I feel strong now. I stole the dark. Or maybe it stole me. Either way, here we are. And I'm hungry. It's hungry. You have no light beyond the spark of your pathetic life. But a spark is something. Open your eyes. Silence. End transcript. Whew. Man, Dredgen Yor is a badass. He just took out a whole group of bandits just because they spoke to him funny. I mean, Dredgen Yor now has blood on his hands, and it's exposed that Thorn feasts on the light. Even as insignificant as that guy, it had enough of a reason to take him down. It didn't see him as a person, just as a food source, which is crazy. It's the ultimate predator's weapon. Now, the combination between Dredgen's skills and the Thorn's hunger for the light, they became a catastrophic duo that took down countless guardians. And I'm not just talking about little bandits. I'm talking about legendary guardians. People like Thalor. Thalor was a titan who was believed to be invincible in the Crucible. Not in front of Thorn. He also murdered Errata. I hope I pronounced that right. And Errata was actually the creator of Super Good Advice. He also might have taken down the original holder of the last word and a lot of other people. He's insane. Now, despite his dying wish, well, his soul's dying wish, he is not remembered as the hero he once was. He's actually remembered with disgust and just shame. Yeah, it's really sad that he had to fall this hard, but he took some crazy people down with him. Some really powerful guardians of the light. He fulfilled his purpose to the hive and the darkness, I think. And this kind of video brought up a lot of questions for me, things I want to explore in the future. So I hope you'll watch those as well. Because I feel like with this whole lore thing, first I want to warm us all up with knowledge, and then I want to go into kind of some theories I have and I've been thinking for a while now, and see where that takes us. I hope you enjoyed the video, because I plan on doing this kind of thing more frequently, and maybe at least say one lore video a week. And to accompany videos like this, I want to look at the gun in the Crucible. So you can look forward to a little, I wouldn't call it a review, but me bringing the Thorn into Crucible and talking about it and kind of strategizing and how to deal with it and stuff like that. Because I don't really like breaking weapons down to just like statistics and stuff like that. It's kind of boring. I like to think about usages for the weapon and how to best utilize its power, because Thorn is a powerhouse. Like I said, it's a bad mama jamma, and I love her. I hope you'll love her too, even more since you heard about this. Share this with your friends if they are interested in the lore of Destiny or just don't know. Inform them, and I hope you enjoy the video. Drop a like, subscribe, you know that jazz. See you in the next one.